Hey guys, welcome back to the trail. We're in Rivington today. I'm going to enjoy a nice little 10 to 12 miler. It's one of the two routes I like to do every year, the first being the Guild Wheel, which we've already done. I didn't film that one, but that's how I started 2026. So here we are, Anglezarke and Rivington reservoirs. It's a bit of a cold, chilly start to the day. I was promised sunshine, but I've got cloud. Not to worry, we're on the trail, we don't care. I'm well overdue a brew. I've been doing a few kilometres and I just want to get to the top of the reservoir, set up and have a brew in my usual spot. So let's get some miles under our boots and crack on. Just waited for a minute to do this filming, and when I turned my head there was just a deer a few feet away looking at me, and its mate was with it. So I thought I'll just, a bit muddy here, I'll just stand stock still and wait as it gradually relaxed and then came back into view after bounding off. Beautiful. Nice little opportunity there. As I was saying, we do have a bit of sunshine. The sun is out. Just threading on the western side of Anglezarke Reservoir. Threading my way up to the top, and whatever, it might have been last year, the last time I came up here, just to have a bit of a ramble. The bridge was closed, it was being worked on, and to divert almost as far as White Coppice to the north, just to come back down on the eastern side of the reservoir. Hoping not today, it's been a while. Yeah, a bit of sunshine. First good breaths of summer air are coming, so I'm feeling good. Had a quiet week, saw last week's video. Thanks for your comments and your thumbs ups. A little bit too urban, wasn't it? A little bit too city, a bit too built up, and too many humans. I'm hoping today, with it being Friday, it'll be nice and quiet. Not too quiet that I can't grab a coffee up at the pike. But for now, that's a long way off. I'm just going to press on to the top, go round the top of the reservoir. We'll have our first brew. Hope you've had a good week, guys. Mine's been pretty quiet. Tried to get me to do overtime, but when I saw the weather report, no, I'm not having any of that. I'm in my 40s now. Much of my life is behind me. I don't need to strive to earn lots and lots of money. If somebody needs help, I usually do muck in, but I'm not saving for anything. I'm just plodding along. I'd rather be out here. Time's far more important these days. Give me time rather than money. Beautiful, beautiful and quiet, except for me rambling. Yeah, we've got a cloud. If you look up right into the sun, there's a thin cloud layer just filtering out the sun, but I can feel it. It's good enough. I'll take that. And the grass is growing, as my garden has shown. Well, it's just popped up in my garden. I'm sure I'll be sitting in it during our summer months with a glass of rum. Over there, far off on the hill, Winter Hill, with its TV mast. That's why I'm out here. Listen to that. Apart from the fact that you can still hear the roads, probably the motorway. Nothing I can do about that. Yep, should have known. That is what I'm talking about. And as expected, the bridge is still being worked on, almost a year later. British construction at its finest. And that means we're going to go up, around, up to White Coppice sort of way, to come all the way back down. Not a great scramble, but it's just extra miles. But for now I'm going to have this roast chicken sandwich. I've had my Belvita biscuit. Got my coffee. Boiled the water. Boiled the water in the fire maple. Less than a minute. Very happy with that so far. Again, peaceful. It's getting quite warm as well. The sun's getting hot. Would you believe it? I'm just going to sit here a while and take it in. We've circled round the top near White Coppice. Yeah, finished spring 2026. Let's get that lens cap sorted. Just get in the way a bit. Let's wedge it there. There we go. Yeah, the works will be finished spring 2026. I've got news for him. It is spring 2026. I don't want much finished. So we're stepping onto the West Pennine Way, only for a little bit. That's going to bring us down on the eastern side of Anglezarke Reservoir. Back there you just saw a glimpse of a little glass, like a summer house, and I don't know why, it makes me laugh each time that I get hit by it every time. I've delivered with Amazon to a few of those houses there, especially the wealthiest ones. There's a new one just being built. It was being built last time, and it just hits me every time a staggering amount of money that must go into those houses and paying for them and having them built. And they're lovely, absolutely lovely, but staggering amount of wealth, a dirty amount of wealth. Nothing against the rich, but it always hits me afresh. There's a little bit of jealousy in there, a bit of covetousness that, and the times I've thought about this in the past, I'd like to say it's noble, but it's not. My feelings have always been half noble, half pure greed. I love that for myself, to be able to wake up and not have to go to work and make myself a expensive espresso coffee and go and sit in my summer house. But the slightly more noble side of me would love to give that to my family, and I can see the appeal of being able to hand that on to other people, hand it on to your kids or whatever. Wouldn't it be great to have your family in a house so big the kitchen seats 12? Yeah, a little bit of jealousy. I like to think there's a little bit of nobility in my desire to have the same thing, but that is not for the pilgrim hiker. I wouldn't be the pilgrim hiker then. I wouldn't even be making videos. I'd be sat in my summer house drinking my rum, probably to my death. I think that's all I'd do. Anyway, on that hopefully lighter note, we're crossing down these couple of fields and then we'll pick up a little river tributary that runs into the reservoir. Yeah, and as I'm looking out across these areas, they're all familiar. That I can see two people slowly making their way up onto Great Hill. Over that you'll pass down onto Tockholes. There's videos on that. Again, these are some of my favourite areas on the planet, apart from North Wales, which I'll be going to this year, hopefully at the end of May, God willing, for a solo 5 days. I think it's 5, or at least 4 nights, 5 days in North Wales with a nice little Airbnb. I will be doing many videos, I hope, on that trip. Yeah, we've got that, and then as we come around, this is the river that I would have, if I was doing my White Coppice walk. There's the Goit, and then this comes all the way down to Anglezarke, which is what we're going to pick up on as we cross this gate style thing on the West Pennine Way. I love it, especially when the sun is shining, which it is. Overdone it with the sweater. It's time to put the sweater away now. It's just nice and warm for walking. Had a little bit of a cool start, but don't need the jumper, don't need the coat, so streamline the kit. I'll just have to sweat today. Right, I do feel a lot better after that brew, so let's push on. Tell you, when you come round that corner, pass through the gate, you see that vast view, the expanse of the reservoir. Never gets old. Looks beautiful. Every time the sun shines and I wake up, I just think that view's going to be special again. That's why it's on my top list of places I like to go to reflect, just to enjoy it, just to soak it up. Here we are, just going to have a seat, sit overlooking it. Take my time, no rush whatsoever. As I've been saying, these are all really familiar places, familiar routes. The Yarrow Reservoir. We're just heading up to Wilcox Farm. We're going to go and get to the tower from that way and get the elevation done now, rather than going across round the edge of the reservoir to then come straight up. I think I did this route with Paul, my brother. But yeah, sun glistening on the reservoir, beautiful, and a clear view all the way to Winter Hill. You can see the pike and the tower from here. Gorgeous weather. It's getting busier now. A few dog walkers. I can live with that. Bring on summer. Spot of lunch. Bit of water. And a knopper. Another couple of sandwiches. Sandwich. And Warburton's thins. I don't mind getting squished in your bag. I'm not gonna lie, I did get distracted. I was supposed to go over the pike past the pigeon tower, and quite frankly I changed my mind. The reason being, I've done all that over and over again, nothing to prove, and the Japanese garden caught my eye. All the terrace gardens are beautiful here, but I tend to overlook them as I plough on through over the hill. So I thought I'd just give myself the day off and have a bit of a mooch around. As you can see, gorgeous. Let me see where this wall went. Oh yeah, so Will Hole. Yep, so we'll follow it back down, avoiding the pike and the tower, I'll admit it, and arrive at the bottom of the reservoir, pick up the road back to the car. Still a bit left to do, but man alive, thoroughly enjoyed myself so far. Thoroughly. This stuff's a little hard on the boots. Well, here we are. We're right back at the car. Ooh, gone very warm. I got sweaty, mainly because I'm wearing this sweater. Clues in the title. Yeah, excellent day. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Great place to be when the weather is just perfect like this. Like I said, I wish I would have. I wish I'd put a t-shirt on. But hey ho. Just watching this camper van circling around. Oh, he's off. Right, I'll put my Garmin stats here. There you go. Very nice, bit of distance right there. Got the steps in. Nothing wrong with that. Nice big circular route. Yeah, the last part's always it's always an effort, that ramble right across the bottom of the lower Rivington Reservoir. Oh, wow. So we take always on this one. I always take a clockwise route going up towards the top of Anglezarke, where we found those roadworks still at work, reinforcing that bridge with its. Like I say, it's a road that goes round. Now has been closed. I can't remember when I went. Should have checked really. I'm sure it was last summer. Anyway, that's by the by. It says it's going to be open this year, so maybe next time. Who knows? Then we went up to White Coppice to avoid that. Came back down. Had a delightful brew break up there. Came down. Was going to hit the tower and the pike, but then the heat. I wasn't really feeling it, but I also saw the gardens and thought I'll have a mooch. The pike's always busy, regardless of what day of the week it is. So I'm quite glad I gave that a miss and just took in some of the lower terrace gardens, the Japanese gardens, and all that jazz. To make our way down, and there wasn't much filming because it's just road walking, urban stuff. We're not really interested in that, especially after last week. Yeah, so overall a great trip. I always enjoy my Rivington Circular, and as I've said in other videos, at the moment I'm just moving time along, making the most of these really good weather days before we hit the proper trails. We've got some 2-dayers, we've got some 3-dayers, we've got the holiday coming up in Wales at the end of May into April. Hopefully that will go well. That's an Airbnb and it's near Pwllheli, so I'm hoping to get to the gym there, maintain the gains, do a run or two, and then get some walking in, and that might be a time to work on whichever book I'm at the minute. I'm just editing the sequel to The Hands of the King, as I said. I might be on a new book by then, don't know. We shall see, we shall see. So thanks guys for tuning in. I think you're all up to date since last week. Thanks for your likes and your views last week, appreciate it, and hope you too got out in the sunshine. Summer is coming, it's knocking on the door. I can almost taste the beer garden, which I'll definitely be hoping for on some of these trips where I've planned a few pub stays. Watch this space. Right guys, I'm going to get on with my errands for the rest of the day. You have a wonderful weekend, and I will no doubt see you next time back on the trail.